everyone, I am Kerry Fischer with the Keefer Fischer team at 5 Star Real Estate. And in this week's Questions for Kerry show, I want to talk about the appraisal gap guarantee. And what is that? So we have been in a market this year that's unfamiliar to most, and it's really unprecedented times with the low levels of inventory we have on the market and still low interest rates. Buyers still want to buy homes, buyers need to buy homes. So what has that created? It's created a situation in many instances where we have multiple buyers wanting the same property. So when you're in that situation as a buyer, we have to get really creative with buyers to help them set their offers apart from other buyers. So when we have to do that, we really have gotten creative. And one of the things that will happen is that buyers will place what we call an escalation offer, which is another question we'll be answering later. But with an escalation offer, many buyers are offering well above list prices. And the risk that occurs when that happens is we have to think about the appraisal, because unless you're paying cash, in most financed situations, the lender will have to order an appraisal just to make sure that they understand what the property's market value is going to indicate. And so if someone has escalated their offer 5, 10, 15, 20,000 above list price, there is a real good chance that the appraisal will come in short, which means we have an appraisal gap. The difference between what the appraiser says the property's worth and maybe what that buyer was willing to pay. So when we place an offer for those buyers, some buyers are in a situation where in order to help the seller understand they're a very strong buyer, they may be willing to pay extra cash above what that appraisal indicates. So it helps the seller feel more confident in their offer, because if they understand that the buyer might pay $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 or $25,000 over the appraised value, it gives the seller some big assurances that if they accept that buyer's really high offer, that buyer has the ability to cover the difference. So that's the appraisal gap guarantee that the buyer's willing to pay over the appraisal. So those buyers, of course, have to be willing and understand that they're going to have that cash in addition to their down payment and closing cost. But for many buyers, it might make sense to do that. And you say, oh my gosh, I can't imagine paying over the appraised value. Well, let's talk about that just for a second. So if you are in a situation where, let's say you're renting and you're paying $1,500, $2,000 a month, which is not uncommon, right? When we have limited inventory, rental prices are also going to be in demand and those are going to shoot up. So renters are paying a lot of money for rentals usually in this kind of market. And so if you're paying $2,000 a month over the course of 12 months, that's $24,000 that you've just paid down a landlord's mortgage. So if you were going to guarantee an appraisal by $5,000 or $10,000 and you own your own home, in the end, you might be in a much better situation than if you just continued renting for the year or 2 years. So you might also be in a situation where if you have a home to sell, your home could be in a similar situation. So you might end up with multiple offers with a buyer with an appraisal gap guarantee. So these are some of the things that we need to talk about and really just talk through the situation and see if it's right for you and what that could mean for you. So that is what an appraisal gap guarantee looks like. And if you have more questions, certainly give our team a call, the Keefer Fischer team, 269-633-9243, and we're happy to guide you through the process.